Center runners, welcome to Luxor.
There's not a star in heaven that we can reach.
Hey y'all, say hi to the vlog!
Woo! Hi!
Oh my god, the incline is killing me. Oh my, look at that drop. Why is that so steep? Hey guys, so this is not a hotel setup. This is actually my bedroom back at home because I am back in LA and I have been back in LA for a minute. I didn't really have a lot of time to document in Luxor. It was just go, go, go from the moment we got there to the moment we left. So I wanted to come back and document what I was feeling to the best of my abilities because Luxor was beautiful, but it was crazy. Last time we spoke, it was day 4 on the itinerary. We did the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx. Day 5 was Tuesday, April 16th. We woke up in Cairo. I loved the Cairo Pyramids Hotel. I loved it. We didn't have a clothing iron the entire trip, which I think is a crime against humanity. I had to iron my stuff, my clothes, with my roommate's flat iron, which is wild. We had breakfast for the last time at the Cairo Pyramids. I really enjoyed the pool. I really enjoyed the grounds. It was so green. It was very, very pretty. And then we hightailed it to the airport. We get to the airport and our flight's delayed by like an hour. So it would have been a 1 p.m. flight. It was now a 2 p.m. flight. So we got to Luxor at 3. We got on our bus, on our way right to Karnak Temple. And when I tell you that that temple was beautiful, it was stunning. It was so stunning. I believe that was Ramses II's temple. And something I learned about myself is I do not stand for a plagiarizer, because apparently Ramses II would just put his name over everyone's work. It doesn't matter who created it. It was now Ramses II. And I don't like that. But from the moment we got to Karnak Temple, I felt a little off. Like, I felt very overwhelmed. I just couldn't focus for the life of me. It's really great that I got a lot of footage about it, or as much footage as I wanted to get from it, and just be there in the moment, in present moment, and try to take everything in. Because what are the chances I go back to Luxor? I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Egypt in my life again. I would want to, for sure, because there's so much that I haven't seen. I didn't see Aswan, I didn't see the South, I didn't see Alexandria, so I don't know, maybe I'll be back. I didn't see the Sinai either, so maybe I'll be back. There's this part in the temple of Karnak where there is a scarab beetle. From what I understood, scarabs are a symbol of good faith and good luck, and so you could do these traditions, like kind of the equivalent to throwing a penny in the Trevi fountain or any fountain. You could circle the scarab 7 times with a wish, and maybe it'll come true. And I won't tell you what I wished for, but I know there were 7 of us who were just like running around the scarab beetle, racing the clock, because we were supposed to meet back up with the rest of the tour group to go to Luxor Temple. And we get to Luxor Temple. Turek gives us a little bit of a lowdown, like, this is what Luxor Temple's about, and this is the obelisk here, and there used to be an obelisk over there, but that was gifted to this other territory. If I'm not mistaken, it might be in France. So we go into Luxor Temple, and I just feel so much more calm. Like, it's so much easier for me to focus in Luxor Temple. It feels more peaceful, more serene. And we got there around golden hour. The sun starts setting. And I think it was around this day, so day 5, mind you, I've been in Egypt for 5 days, that I realized that the chanting I'm hearing like 4 to 5 times a day isn't just by coincidence. I had been listening to the call to prayer for, I think, like maybe 20 different times this time around, or at this point in the trip, and I was just now realizing that that is what plays when people have to pray. So I think that that's something that I never really thought about until it was explicitly explained to me, and I was like, whoa, wait, that's awesome. That's so cool. I didn't realize that. Like, I've never heard this before in my life. I've never had anything similar to this. That's insane. That's awesome. So we walk around Luxor Temple a little bit more, and we let the sun set, and we all creep back up, and I get this wonderful picture of the obelisk, and I didn't see a full moon, but it was almost full. We went from Luxor Temple back to the hotel. We grabbed our bags. We got our room keys. We made sure we knew who we were rooming with. We get upstairs. We unwind for like not enough time to take a nap, but just enough time to decompress a little bit and like rest. And then we were on our way for dinner. And that day, day 5, the 16th, was 2 people's birthdays on our tour. So we get to dinner. I feel like around this day is when I started like really solidifying those friendships, like the friendships with Pascal and Bridget and Sarah, and Abby and I kind of clicked from before the trip. So it was really lovely that Abby and I just got room together without having put in a request or anything. It was just a coincidence, but a happy one. It's like the day that I clicked with Alex, and it was the day that it was wackadoodle time at that table. Like, we're so exhausted And so they start bringing us food and they start bringing us drinks of the non-alcoholic kind, because I don't even know how it functioned. And we started expressing like what we liked about the day, and all of a sudden it was Alex who asked me, has Allie shown you what she caught at Karnak Temple? Sorry. And she said, basically, we went into this little room, and I'm not really sure what it was, just because I took my whisperer off to take a picture, and when I put it back on, I kind of missed the entry as to what we were going in to see. And we get into this room, I take like a 10-second clip on my little camera, and then we get out of the room. I have a very, very great memory. I can like repeat back to you what my schedule was sophomore year of high school. I could not for the life of me remember what room we were talking about. I said, what do you mean? Like, I don't remember this room, and I have footage of this room, but I don't remember ever being in this room. Like, I went back in my camera and I'm like, oh, we were talking about this. We get to Karnak, we go through the metal detectors after like a little showroom of where everything is in Karnak Temple, and then we wait for someone because they got caught back. They lost their ticket, so for whatever reason. And then we're walking to when we cross the Avenue of the Sphinxes and we get to the main landing, and then I take a picture with the arc, blank. My mind goes blank. And then we get out of the room or whatever, and then we start walking down like the main pillar way. So I talk about how I was overwhelmed, and Valerie's like, I was overwhelmed too, and Alex was like, I was overwhelmed too. I was like, okay, well, this can't be a coincidence. And then Allie says, yeah, in that little room that you don't remember, there was like 2 dark rooms on either side, and I went into one of them and my camera turns off, and I'm like clicking and clicking and clicking and trying to turn it back on, and it's not working. And I said, okay. And then she walked back into the main room, the camera turns on, and she's caught 2 pictures, of which both are blurry, and one of them has an orb flying through. And I've watched so many Ghost Adventures, I've watched all the Conjuring universe films, like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Alex and I started talking about how we were gonna open a vortex the next day because we were gonna go on a hot air balloon the next day. So we just kind of talked about that. We started looking at scary stories. We started bonding over just the chaos. I called my mom later and I was like, Mom, I think I'm haunted. Can you give me the blessing, please? And from that point on, I started like repeating, we're here with respect. You cannot follow us home. Thank you, at every single tomb temple I went to, because I was just like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not getting haunted here. Absolutely not. But that's just my brain. A lot of people can believe it's hogwash. I don't believe that, and it's gonna make me calmer. So, you know, safe space. I respect what you think. Please just be kind. We sang the girls happy birthday. We finished our meal, which was delicious. And then we went back to the hotel, and I fell asleep at 11:30, and wake up call was 3:30 a.m. because we had to be up by 4 to go to the boats across the Nile to get to the other side of the Nile, where a couple of trucks picked us up to take us to the plot of land where they inflate the hot air balloons, because that was the whole start of the morning. It was sunrise over the Nile, over Luxor, in a hot air balloon that I've never been into. And I was like, oh my god. It's like our 18 people, including Tarek. We get into this hot air balloon. It's a basket with little squares in them, and it's up to 4 people per square. Well, we got lucky in that 3 of us were just in one, so we weren't as crammed. Before we take off, they're explaining to us that there's a couple of ways which we can land. It could be an Egyptian landing, which means it's a smooth landing. It could be an American landing where like it does like a plane and does that doo-doo-doo. Or it could be an English landing and we're gonna tip over and like, okay, no English landing. I get to that hot air balloon and then there's fire in my face and it's so hot and I'm like, oh my god, this burns. And then we're up in the air and it's so beautiful and we take all the pictures and it's so surreal. Alex and I opened a vortex, and I think the vortex was like a friendship, even though that's cringy to say, but I think it's true. I think Alex and I really clicked from that time in Luxor. The ride lasted about 30 to 40 minutes. We landed in the desert. There was a donkey, like a kid on a donkey, just coming to greet us, and the same people who were there, you know, setting up the hot air balloon were there to receive the hot air balloon. We had an Egyptian landing. It wasn't even 6 a.m. when we're just going back across the Nile to get to the hotel, to have breakfast, to go to the Valley of the Kings. And so it's just a go, go, go day. We get to the Valley of the Kings. With the ticket, you can go into 3 of the included tombs. And I wanted to go into the tomb of King Tut because it's a very famous tomb that everyone was going to go into it. I wanted to go into it. And there's one that is substantially more expensive to enter if you're going to buy the ticket to enter that exclusive tomb. The Tomb of Seti I, and it's like priced at $30, but 1,800 Egyptian pounds, whereas like King Tut's was 600 Egyptian pounds, maybe $10. I'm like, why? And oh my god, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I cried. I cried when I got to the final room. And I'm getting emotional right now. Wow. I don't know how they preserve this. There's so many beautiful things in this world, and I just got to experience that, which not a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people do, but in the grand scope of things, like how many people go to Egypt in their lifetimes and how many people go into that tomb, and how, like, it's just such a beautiful experience, and it really took my breath away. It was unlike anything else. So if you're ever at the Valley of the Kings, I highly recommend going into Seti's tomb. So we went to Ramses IV and the VI, I believe. We went to Menotep. I'm not sure. We went into King Tut's tomb, so we went to I went to 5. I went into 5 total tombs. This is the first time in Egypt that I saw Gatorade, and I bought it and I chugged it because it was hot. Like, I'm telling you, the Valley of the Kings is open desert air. It's just tombs. There's no place to really shade yourself. After I did Seti's, we had one left to go, and I just went in and I went out, and I was like, I think I was coming down with like a case of heat stroke. It was just hot, and I was moving, I was walking up to, like, down to the tombs and back up, and then out into the sun, and I'd only slept for like 3 hours, so that can't be a great mix. The only other time I felt like heat stroke was when I was in Vegas for When We Were Young Fest last year, and it's like, okay, yes, you sleep little and you're out walking and like actively exercising out in like 90 degree, like 36 Celsius heat, of course, like, you're gonna feel awful. And then we went to Queen Hatshepsut's like memorial, and it was beautiful. Like, it's a dream come true to go, but I was just in such a foul mood. I need to hold on to ramps or any type of railings because I feel so faint and I feel nauseous, and I don't like this. I would have preferred to go to lunch, rest up a little bit, then go to Hatshepsut's when we're not in like noon heat and like just tremendous sun coming down on you. I need to read a book about her temple. Like, I could not focus at all at Queen Hatshepsut's, and I think that's on me. That's definitely on me. But it's also like, warning, get enough sleep, drink enough water, do whatever you need to do to stay healthy, because you are in the desert and you can get heat stroke pretty easily, which I did, and I was taking care of myself in the best way I knew how. So we took a couple pictures at Hatshepsut, and then we were back on the bus. I was like not having it. I'm like chugging water. Being back on the bus with AC helped a lot, and then we were off to lunch. And lunch was in this nice shielded place back by the hotel, right in front of Luxor Temple, actually, where I had the best shawarma of my life. Like, the best shawarma. We had the option to try McDonald's in Egypt, but I really wanted shawarma, and just one of those things where I'm gonna take the restaurant over something that I can get at home, even if it is slightly different, but people can tell me their experiences. I would rather try authentic cuisine. No shade to anyone, that was just my personal preference. The waitstaff is wonderful, and they're going so fast. That was the fastest service I got while in Egypt, and it was just lovely to see Luxor Temple and be eating my shawarma and having a blast of a time, getting ice cream stuff. And then we get back on the bus. We go to a jewelry shop because I wanted to shop for like my name in Arabic. I really wanted my name in Arabic, actually. Hold on, where is it? And we get to the jewelry shop, and one of the jewelers starts speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm fluent in Spanish, so I start speaking to him in Spanish, and we go back and forth on like cost between getting my name engraved in Arabic on like 18 karat gold. And he goes, 1,000, and I go, I have a budget of 500, and we start working our way down until we settled on my nickname and a nice design. But yeah, I got my necklace for $550. I haggled my way down to 50%, which is impressive, quite frankly, in my opinion, and I can't believe I did that. But it's a really nice tale, and it was just an experience for sure. We went back to the hotel, and I took like the biggest nap. I took a 2-hour nap, got refreshed, went back downstairs, and then we were off to the Felucca ride. So we went right back to the docks, and then they like board us onto this Felucca. They give us snacks. They start playing music. I start talking to the captain of the nice little Egyptian vessel, and we're taking pictures. I haven't been catcalled as much, which was great. Like, I never felt uncomfortable. The catcalls were actually kind of funny because we were always in a big group. I never felt threatened. I'm Colombian, and I haven't gotten Shakira yet. Like, this is a crime. The captain of the vessel goes, well, you look like you're from here. And I said, huh? And he's like, where are you from? And I'm like, Colombian. And he's like, you look Egyptian. And I was like, and it's not the only time I got that. I got that maybe 3 or 4 other times during my trip, it led me to buy an ancestry kit. So now I'm getting 23andMe'd. I'm waiting on my results. It was just something so lovely where I was like, no way. Am I? could this explain why I'm so interested in the culture? Like, is this a funny coincidence? Or danced a little bit, we laughed a little bit, and it was a very lovely rounding out of Luxor. We got back to the hotel, packed our bags, I showered, the guy came with my necklace and I picked it up and I loved it, and we had a little bit of dinner and we were talking to like multiple people about what their experiences were and what their favorite part of Luxor was. And then I was back into my room, showered, packed, ready to go to bed because I had been up for 20 hours. So yeah, the next day we were gonna wake up, breakfast, and then we were off to the coastal city of Urgada through Dandara, which I will talk to you about in the next vlog. And yeah, we'll talk very soon. Besitos. Bye guys.